Hey, lovely ladies, and I want to welcome you today. This is Jen Burton with HaveHimYourWay.com, and I have a very special guest that I'd like to introduce you to in just a moment. But first, I want to talk to you about something that I found out a few weeks ago. I asked all the lovely ladies that are on my list, what their biggest fears are around dating and being adored by men, and I kind of knew this, but on the same token, I was very surprised about the number of responses that I got about one specific issue, and that issue was body image and women's weight and not feeling like they were going to be able to attract men that they actually liked because they didn't feel sufficient enough, for lack of a better word. They didn't feel good enough in their body and felt thin enough in order to attract great men. So I decided to, instead of addressing this myself, bring you a body image expert and weight loss coach, Nicole Kellerman. And let me tell you that, first off, Nicole is somebody that I've known for a little while now, and I love her, and I think you're going to really enjoy this interaction with Nicole as I go through and ask her some questions that can help you out. So definitely pay attention, take notes, and have some fun. So first off, Nicole, tell me a little bit about how did you get into this field?
Okay, well, thank you, Jen, for that lovely introduction. I'm so excited to be here and share so much on this topic because I hear that statistic about, your ladies who are concerned about their body image and what men think of them, and it really makes me sad. But on the same level, I used to believe that too, and which is exactly why I'm in this field. So, great segue into how I got into weight loss coaching is I was never an athlete in high school. I was raised by, two great parents, but they didn't really know anything about health either. And so I wasn't taught the value of taking care of your body and eating healthy foods. We ate a lot of fast food.
Were they just naturally thin? I'm just curious.
What was that?
Were they just naturally thin?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. My parents like to.
My parents too.
Drink a little bit, so that they didn't eat a lot. So we ate a lot of like Hamburger Helper and fast food, and didn't exercise at all. And I got out of high school, and I was utterly lost because I had gained 30 pounds and didn't know how to get rid of it. I had no idea. I mean, I wasn't overweight in high school, but when I got out of high school, I gained weight very quickly. And from there, I basically tried every diet you could possibly think of. I was determined to get the weight off, so I just literally tried diet after diet after diet after diet after diet. They all didn't work. They all were miserable, and each one made me more resentful and more bitchy because you walk out your door and you see plenty of women who are thin, and you're like, what the hell do they know that I don't? What formula do they, you go through this thought process.
And they're not stressing about food.
Well, yeah, we don't know about that, but it could be. And so, I was at my wit's end. I remember I was at my heaviest weight. I was so upset. I was never going out because I just thought that the only way you could lose weight was to not have a social life. I had a roommate at the time who had this killer body, of course, right? She was going out and having fun, and I would see her leave, and I'd be pissed. And I was, really at my wit's end. I was, I had gotten to the point where I was binging and starving, and I had attempted to make myself puke a few times, and that never worked. And I was just utterly lost, and I felt terrible about myself. My self-esteem was in the crapper. And so I saw this commercial for personal training school, and it said, "Do you love to be in a gym?" And, on top of all this obsession around food in my body, I was an exercise addict. So a lot of unhealthy stuff going on there. And so the commercial said, "Do you love to be in a gym?" And I was like, well, I'm already there anyway. I might as well get paid for it. So I joined personal training school the day I went, not to become a personal trainer. I could have cared less. I just wanted to lose the weight. I was ready to lose the weight. And so I joined personal training school found my passion because I lost the weight, realized I was doing everything wrong, and personal trained for about 6 or 7 years, and then I wanted to take it online so I could just reach more people. And really working the psychological aspect of weight loss too is pivotal to lose weight forever. You know, it's one thing to watch the calories and the exercise. That's 20% of it. The other 80% is what's going on in your head and your mind frame and your belief system around living a healthy lifestyle and feeling good about yourself.
So tell me this then. At this time when you were going through this transition, or the time before that, tell me a little bit about your dating life and how that was, and did you find any direct ties to what was going on with you physically?
Yeah. So this is so funny because I was thinking about this call, and I hadn't thought about this before until now. And so I, remember I was like obsessive. I was obsessed with calories in my body and food and being perfect and just trying to lose weight. And so I got out of personal training school. I lost the weight, but I was still in this mind frame of you could be better, you could lose more, you could be a little tighter here. And still very obsessive. That's why the whole mind frame thing is a huge component of my business, is we need to address that. Because yes, I lost the weight, but I was still where I was 2 years prior when I was 30 pounds heavier. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I started dating, and one guy that I dated was an exercise bulimic. He was obsessed with exercise. And at the time, I didn't realize it, and now looking back on it, I'm like, wow, it's so true that you attract people into your life that are the same energy that you're putting out there. And so then the next guy that I dated was, he was very insecure about his body. You would never guess it, though, right? You would never guess it. People would meet him, and he was confident and, kind of arrogant a little bit, right? Those are sometimes the guys that are really insecure. And so I noticed that he was very insecure, taking his shirt off in front of me. And it was so funny because with both of these guys, I remember seeing parts of myself in them and being like, wow, I want to change. Like, that was really interesting to me. And I did feel like, for the longest time, if I just lost that extra 5 pounds, or if I tightened up a little bit here and there, that I would finally meet the one. I would finally meet the guy, and it's so not true, I
absolutely can. You're actually saying a lot of things that resonate quite a bit with me, because this is a journey that I've been on since I was in 5th grade with up and down weight loss. And for the longest time, before I began my own personal dating adventures, I always thought if I was thin enough, I was going to attract the right kind of love. And I was somebody who's going to finally be able to love me fully. And that I've somehow, before then, until I got to that size, I wasn't going to be able to be loved completely. And the truth was, I still had attention for men when this was happening, but I actually energetically never gave them permission to love me fully, because I had my walls up due to the fact that I was fixated on my body image.
Totally.
So yeah, and so and I know that this is happening with a lot of women out there, and there's a lot of confirmation in the media about what the right size is, what sexy is, and all that good stuff. And when I work with women, I teach them, that they have to start owning their own personal brand of sexy. But I want to ask you, what is that first step that you take to start feeling good in your body and start getting healthy as well at the same time?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Okay, so I think this is like just groundwork. This is a given. You need to be eating foods that fuel and energize your body, and you need to be moving on a regular basis. I'm telling you right now, there is no secret formula. So many of us women think that if they could just find that secret formula that all the skinny chicks know, then they're going to lose the weight.
Okay.
There's no such thing as a secret formula. I've tried them all. There's no such thing. It's really about and this is how all of my programs work, is about finding your formula, right? And finding what works for your body. It is different. Every single individual on this planet has a different body. Diets are not designed for different bodies. It's a cookie cutter. And so when you are starting to venture out and make healthier decisions, you need to just start with small goals. It's not like all or nothing, because that all or nothing mentality is going to leave you hopeless, because it's impossible to be perfect with your diet. It's impossible to exercise 5 days a week like you really, really want to, or 7 days a week, whatever it is, and just be perfect. You ditch that mind frame altogether. It's all about making small, incremental steps every single week. Like, if you don't eat breakfast, start eating breakfast. And eat foods that are in its most natural form. So fruits, vegetables, whole grains, staying away from things in packages and cans. Anytime you're opening something up, just know that that's processed, okay? And sticking to that. So that's just kind of the groundwork. And then just moving your body. Move it however you like. Whatever feels good for you. I love to walk. I remember when I met my boyfriend, he was like, "Why do you like walking so much?" And it just makes me feel so good. I love walking. What type of movement feels like, like kind of like blissful and fun and easy? And I know pushing yourself is important. Don't get me wrong. Pushing yourself is important. But so many people think that they have to be killing themselves or force themselves on a treadmill.
So they don't have to do then P90X and insanity in order for this to work for them, is what you're trying to say as well, correct?
No.
Okay. Because I do hear that a lot from women. We're looking for that quick fix. If I give it all now, but let's be honest, it's very hard to sustain for an extended period of time. And if you don't love it, it's not something that you're going to do long term.
No, not at all. And, those programs that are based on high intensity cannot be done for the long term. You'll burn out. You'll blow out your knees. You'll do something physically that will tear you down. But if you really think about this quick fix mentality, let's be totally honest, ladies, it's a very immature mindset. You know deep within your heart that there is no such thing as a quick fix. And to lose weight for the long term, it's going to take a little time. And it's going to take some internal inventory to move through some of those emotions, because we are emotional beings. And unfortunately, food and us and our emotions and our weight are highly interconnected. So as you are losing weight and you're working through this stuff, you're working through some emotions. You're going to have breakdowns. You're going to have breakthroughs. You're going to get upset one day. But I'm telling you, when you work through that stuff, you're like breaking the shackles of your weight. And it's getting looser and looser and looser. And eventually you are freed from it. But it takes work, and it takes consistency, and it takes a level of determination that has nothing to do with willpower. Nothing to do with willpower. This comes from embedded in your subconscious, not like you just can't eat the cookie, right? It's so much different than that.
Absolutely. So you and I have talked about this before, and I think it's something that we agree upon. One of the things that I say with when I talk to my women about dating and putting themselves back out there, is that it's time for them to realize that for every type of beauty, no matter what size you are, there are going to be several men who want to behold your beauty, meaning there are going to be several men that are attracted to you. But there's a catch. There is a catch. And, especially when your hormones are out of whack and you're feeding yourself crappy foods, you're not moving, the catch is that you're going to attract men that will keep you in that place in a way, and who are going to be on that same level. Like you were talking about earlier, you were attracting men who, and another exercise bulimic, and they're not going to necessarily facilitate your healing or be a contributor to your healing. So when women come and tell me I want to lose weight so that I can attract a guy, I say it's perfectly fine to lose weight, but you have to address your mindset while you're doing this process. Because if you stay, like you said earlier, if you stay stuck in that previous mindset, you're still going to attract guys with lots of problems. Otherwise, if you start accepting yourself and allow for the journey to unfold instead of looking for just the quick fix, then all of a sudden you're going to start instead attracting guys who are already on that journey or far into that journey with you, or who are willing to go on that journey with you. And it's a completely different kind of guy you attract. Now, I know that you are rolling out a program right now, and it's called Successful Weight Loss School. And I want to know, I know you address all the components of living a very healthy lifestyle. And one of the, the main ones is mindset. That's one you talk about quite frequently, correct?
Totally. Yeah.
And what else? Tell me a little bit more about the program and what you address in the program and how it works.
Yeah, sure. Something that I wanted to quickly touch on, what you were saying, is that we do get stuck in this mind frame of, we believe that when we reach that ideal weight, something magical is going to happen. We're going to get that ideal boyfriend. We're going to get that ideal job. We're going to have the apartment of our dreams. We're going to wake up with boundless amounts of energy if we reach that ideal weight. It's a load. It's a load of crap that your mind wants to feed you to make you feel like this body and this moment is not it. So many times our mind gets stuck in that, believing that this moment isn't it, right? And something in the future is it. But here's the trick. When you get there, when you get that ideal body or you get that ideal apartment or job, it's always going to say, oh, wait, actually, let's reach this next goal and then I'll be happy. It's a trick that our mind wants to play with us. And I realized this firsthand when I had lost the weight and I was still utterly hopeless and sad and insecure. And even though I had lost the weight, I didn't want men seeing my body naked, and that's why confidence, that's why self-esteem all comes within. So it has nothing to do with your pant size.
Absolutely. So would you agree that it's more about getting healthy? Because I also personally think one of the contributing factors to staying in that mindset is the fact that if you're eating crappy foods, you feel like crap. So it's easy to stay right there and not be able to see anything bright out of that and move on from it.
Totally. Because if you're eating a lot of packaged foods and processed foods, your body doesn't have the ability to create those good natural hormones. It's all crap. It's not, and that's why food is very addicting at the same time, is because it's like super high in fats and things like that, so then you get addicted to them. That's a whole nother issue. But if you start fueling your body with natural foods, your body operates correctly and you're able to produce hormones that make you feel good on a consistent basis naturally.
Okay, so Nicole, the truth is that because of the fact that I have struggled with my weight my entire life, and my weight still fluctuates and stuff, I very rarely recommend weight loss coaches or weight loss programs to women. There's very few that I actually recommend. And after having gone through and looking at your approach to weight loss, one of the reasons I decided that I wanted to speak to you and have this interview is because I think yours is probably one of the very few that actually have long-term potential.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
And so successful weight loss program, successful weight loss school. Tell me about it. Tell me how it works, how it functions. What is a woman? Should she expect when she investigates your program and decides to enroll in your program?
Yeah. Okay. So the whole basis of Successful Weight Loss School was through my own journeys of diet failure after failure after failure, and then along the same lines of working with women and seeing their successes, I wanted to create a program that was effective and about getting out and living your life instead of being restricted in life, right? Because that's what it is. You can't eat this. You have to do this. Like, that's all diets, right? And I wanted to create a program that had so much flexibility in it that it actually encouraged you to go out and live your life. And this whole program is designed to make you live life so fully that you aren't craving the sugary cookies anymore.
Okay. So I have to ask though, do I have to count points if I do this program? Okay.
No way. Numbers don't do well with me, and I attract women into my business that numbers don't do well with them. If they want to admit it or not, they might say, oh, well, it did work for me. Well, obviously not, because you're watching this video right now, or you're looking to lose some weight. So numbers don't work well for me. I never, ever tell people they can and can't eat certain things. But Successful Weight Loss School is really about getting out, having more fun, enjoying your life, and not waiting on the weight to live your life. Because again, we wait on the weight to get a boyfriend, to, finally ask for that raise that we deserve for so long. It's not about waiting on the weight. Because when you go out and you start living life as if you were at your ideal weight, your body naturally starts balancing out. I mean, yes, we talk about diet, we talk about nutrition, we talk about exercise. I mean, we have all those classes. We have diet and nutrition class, we have exercise and fitness class, which I do workout videos that are only 30 minutes long, because I truly believe that all you need is 30 minutes. From the bottom of I really do believe that. And you go to healthy lifestyle class, so teaches you how to wean out your bad habits and wean in good ones with time. This is not a quick fix program, okay? And then you have mental strength class, which is all about getting into that belief system and your thoughts that are holding you back from really reaching your potential, and stop getting in your own way, right? Because we just get in our own way.
Absolutely.
So it's an interactive membership website program where, there's group coaching, there's a support forum.
So there's community involved in this as well.
Because what I realized when I was struggling with my weight, nobody knew about it for like a year. Nobody knew. I felt so alone, and I isolated myself, and nobody, and everyone so many people came up to me and said, Nicole, I would have never known you had this issue. Of course not. I looked like this confident queen, right? But inside, I was a mess.
Okay.
And so I realized when I started talking to people about it, and I started being vulnerable and transparent and talking about these obsessive thoughts and how I didn't think life was going to be great until I lost that damn 5 pounds, I started to release that hold that all those thoughts had on me. And I started to be broken free. And so I feel like when you are in community with women who want what you want, your capacity to reach your goals skyrockets. And I have seen that firsthand with my own experience and with my clients too. I would much rather work in a group format than one-on-one by far.
I couldn't agree with you more. I want to know, is there any other aspects that you want my ladies to know about in your program? Because the fact is that, like I said, I honestly believe you don't have to lose weight to attract a man, but I think a program like yours would be highly effective in helping a woman start to own her own particular beauty and get healthy at the same time. I've heard, you told me the other day, somebody at size 18 can be healthy. So tell me a little bit more about that. Is it about being a specific size?
No, not at all. And I never, and I'm glad that you brought that up, because I never encourage, if you want a man and you want to lose weight, you cannot lose the weight for the man. You have to do it for yourself, because you're worthy, because you deserve it, and you deserve to feel good in your body. Bottom line. And you know what? My body it never reached that size 2 that I was reaching for. I'm a curvy girl, and I have came to accept that and love that and embrace my curvy hips and, my thighs that I used to curse, every single day. I now love and enjoy them, and I like being curvy, and I love being a woman. And I always approach my clients like that. Yes, weight loss is great, don't get me wrong, but bottom line, it's about you feeling good in your skin, feeling good in your body, connecting with your body, having a healthy relationship with food and your body. That's the bottom line. I mean, to always feel like you're fighting your body and the food is like, I hate you, I love you, I hate you, I love you, that's not what it's about. It's about feeling calm and collected and content with your body and with food at the same time. That's what it's about. Yes, the weight loss it's something that happens when you start working on all these things. But it's really an internal thing. And that's when you start dealing with that. Before you even start losing the weight and your confidence starts bursting at the seams, men are going to be like, you're going to have to like pull them off of you.
I couldn't agree more.
I haven't even lost a pound yet. It's because it's all internal. You know,
Absolutely.
listen, you have seen a woman who was, bigger than the ideal size, who walks down the street with so much confidence, even you turn your head and look.
Absolutely. I will actually tell you a really quick story about that. When I first started my dating journey, I hated my ass because I have a lot of junk in my trunk. And when I started owning my beauty and I was really working on taking better care of myself, not for the purpose of losing weight, but for the purpose of feeling good and really getting connected again, then all of a sudden magically appeared were all of these butt men that just loved my ass. And it does. It was I hadn't shifted a pound, not a single pound, and I couldn't get guys to stop telling me at that time how much they loved my ass. And there you have it. It is simply a mind shift, but it starts with doing things to take care of yourself, to treat yourself exquisitely, to develop a healthier relationship with food, and to do all these things, Nicole, that you were talking about. That yes, absolutely. And like I said, I don't recommend many programs when it comes to food and weight loss, but I absolutely support what you're doing, and I think it's amazing. And with that said, I want to thank all of you today for joining us, and thank you, Nicole, so much for sharing all of your expertise with us. And I want you ladies to know, if you want to find out more about Nicole's really awesome program that she's rolling out right now, and get a 35% discount before this coming Thursday, August 30th. That's the correct date, right, Nicole?
Yeah, it'll end Thursday.
Okay. You can click the link below this video in order to do that, to check her out, to enroll, and to put yourself into a community that sets you up for success, for loving yourself, for being successful, and letting the weight just fall off of you, and making a permanent change, not just a temporary fix.
Yep, exactly.
So thank you again, Nicole. I really, really appreciate having you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Bye, ladies.
Bye.